Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your Neat Parent host, Zakaria. Inshallah, you're all well. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Neat Parent podcast. Today's episode, I'd like to go over 5 screen time options for our amana, for our wonderful, beautiful Muslim kids. Starting with the least, we'll go with number 5. We're going to start with number 5. The least favorable choice, not to sound negative, but we're just going to we'll save number 1 for the last as the best option, in my opinion. So number 5, I'm going to go ahead and say YouTube. Believe it or not, YouTube does have some really good options for our children to watch and benefit from. Definitely the most screening needed is going to be YouTube of the 5 that I will mention. Definitely pre-screen or watch in advance, or don't leave your kids unattended with YouTube because of the ads or because of the content, or some of the titles might be misleading and then you click on it and then it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be. With that being said, you can also do utilize the YouTube Kids version, which is a little bit more restrictive. Then it has restricted content, and it's because it's made for kids, but within the context of parents who are looking for additional restrictions, YouTube Kids would be something a little bit, maybe a sub menu within YouTube that you might want to consider. So there's YouTube, and then there is YouTube Kids. I believe it's either an app on any of your devices that you could find. If you search YouTube Kids, you would be able to find that and have some options for your kids to view. Definitely keywords, depending on what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for top places, virtual field trips or virtual experiences for your children, or if you're looking for Arabic learning resources, or if you're looking for, I don't know, Portuguese, whatever it is that you're looking for, you definitely can screen it, search for it, and preferably view it before you allow your kids to just watch it unsupervised. That is a place where there are a plethora of choices for our children, and I would put that on the list as number 5 as an option for children, particularly for screen time, because sometimes there are some shows or some episodes of, let's just say, I don't know, Ninja Turtles, or I can't think of an episode, Smurfs, something that maybe is like a little bit hard to find on regular TV, or maybe they don't have an app for Smurfs or something that the kids might want to watch, or you might want to watch something in a particular language and in your car, and you're not at home, but you're in the car and you have a device or your phone, or some way in which you're allowing your kids to listen to something, but your choices are a little bit more vast with YouTube and or YouTube Kids. So that's definitely on the list for Muslim parents to have as an option for screen time for the kids. Let's see, number 4, in order of less supervision needed. So we're now decreasing the supervision required from 5, which is YouTube and YouTube Kids, to number 4, in my opinion, is going to require less supervision, which is not to say zero supervision. However, number 4, nonetheless, is a website, and also they have an app, and you can also find it on your TV if you have Roku or any of those streaming systems or devices, that is called Books, and it's V like victory, O again, and then K like king, and then S like singing. Can't think of another word for S, but .com. VOOKS.com. And that is a literary site, but it's more like, I guess it stands for video plus books. So they created the word books because they literally take books that you can find in the library or at bookstores or online stores, and they automate them or animate and automate them actually. And I think that's a super cool thing for kids. And then they'll highlight the words if your kid is learning how to read or just want to reinforce some reading skills or new vocabulary. They'll highlight the word as it's being read on the screen. So that's wonderful. Then it's automated, and it's automatically done for you. So it's not like you have to click turn page here, next, turn page again. You don't have to do anything. You just literally plug and play. You log into the app or onto your television and books.com, and you're able to have the book be a video right before your eyes. So it's pretty cool. You get maybe like 15 minutes of like free time because you don't have to read the book to your child or children, and it reads it for you. There's a visual, there's an audio, and there's I think those are two video and audio available for your child, and it's just great. I have utilized it since I discovered it, and it's great. It's a wonderful resource. The reason why it's number 4 is because there is pre-screening required, or just create your own playlist of books that you want them, or books, let's just say, use their lingo, books that you want your child or your children to listen to and watch, because there are some books that I definitely don't approve of for my children, and I'm sure other Muslim parents would agree as well. So you definitely want to pre-screen it. If anything, best thing is to create a playlist and then only allow your children to click on the playlist with their name on it. So you can create a playlist per child, or you can create a playlist per, whatever. You can totally personalize your playlist and have it that your children only select that, because some of the other books, once again, are not books that I would recommend my kids ever to see. But obviously there are some books that you might want to just maybe have a talk with them beforehand, or read it and watch it with them if there's something that you're okay with your kid learning about. But definitely, for sure, you need to screen, and best thing is probably to create that playlist so that you have just kind of that peace of mind that you can just like plug and play and walk away for about 20 minutes. You have about 20 minutes of free time, whether you're in the car and you want to zone out, and then just let them listen to the playlist in the back seat, or whether you're in the house or you're somewhere else, and you can just give them the device, or log on onto your television and sign into Books, and then you have probably a good 20 minutes, I would say, depending on how long your playlist is. Each book is about 7 minutes, the video book, so it's definitely a good little piece of sakinah for parents, much needed sakinah for us parents, to just maybe either focus on our other kid or something else, or just get a little break. So I would add that to the list of screen time options for our Muslim kids. And remember, keeping in mind that there is supervision and discretion advised as to what the book options are and which you choose for your child or children, inshallah. Number 3, I would go in and say that number 3 is something called Alchemy or Alchemy. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it is I believe, a Muslim-owned company, but definitely if they're not Muslim-owned, their focus is to have Muslim content available for a variety of ages on their app, their website, so you could get it once again, like Books.com or YouTube. As long as you have access to the internet via your television or any device, you can access Alchemy. I believe it's Alchemy. I'm not really sure the pronunciation, but I have an account with them, and I was okay with getting an account with them first and foremost because I figured, they're promoting that they have Muslim content for a variety of ages. But once I logged in, it was definitely, I would say, geared towards maybe the tween, teen, and up age range. I didn't find too many shows that catered to like the younger crowd or age range of like maybe 8 and under. I didn't really find too. I would say like 5 and under. They didn't really seem to have that many. But nonetheless, it's still a great option. So many shows on there, or just the content on there is, it's great to have for the tweens and the teens, or Muslim teens and tweens, to have options. And I would say that this one is 3 because of not necessarily the discretion required, but the fact that there isn't much for the 5 and younger. I would just, to be safe, I would say maybe 6 or 7 and younger. It seems like it's an older kind of tween teen age range that is, and actually adults, that the focus or their targeted audience is, which is not a bad thing at all. So definitely having the number 3 on my list, this is just my personal opinion, and my personal views. Having a number 3 on the list is not a bad thing at all. It's definitely a great resource. And then it's up to you to decide what are the episodes or shows, or what's the content you want or will allow for your kid. But at least you know that there will not be a certain type of content on this platform. So that's one less thing to worry about. And then it's just a matter of choosing what you allow them to see. So definitely you have less to worry about. You can just kind of like plug and play once again, like I said, with this alchemia.com. I believe it's AL like laughter, C like cat. Yes, H like house, E like eating, M like Miriam, Camilla, I like indigo, Y like Yasin, and A like alpha.com. I believe it's alchemia.com. Okay, on to number 2. Number 2 on the list is Zaki. Yes, we all know it, and it's going to be on the list. It's actually a really, 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 really great resource. However, it's Zaki the app. I'm not sure if many people know about it, but Zaki the app, Z like zebra, or Z like Zaki, Z like zebra, A like apple, K like kite, and Y like young, is they have an app. So it's Zaki, and it has content that is really more, there are more options than on what you would find on YouTube. Once again, even though YouTube was number 5, you can definitely find so much content on YouTube. And the Zaki app, I feel like, is definitely a little bit more, you definitely get more. It is a paid service or a paid platform. However, it's a nominal fee, I think, in terms of the fact that you get the free content on YouTube, but within the app, you get more things. And those increased options are really great. Like, for example, there are a couple I'm trying to think of. You can have the movies, which are not necessarily movies that are just Zaki movies, but there'll be movies, there'll be songs, without music, which I really like that Zaki does that. So they'll have songs without music, and they'll let you know that there isn't any music involved. They're just nasheeds without music. And they'll have like learning resources, or whether it's a little short, whether it's an episode, like a cartoon episode, and then they have the other non-Zaki characters, but it's still considered Zaki, or one, I believe it's called One Productions. I have to triple check that. The content that they have produced and or maybe sponsored. I'm not sure if that's the correct relationship term for the relationship with the non-Zaki cartoon characters that are also on this platform. It's super cool because, like I said, once again, they have tons of options other than just Zaki, the purple bear, with this with his cute helicopter hat, flying his hat that allows him to fly. But definitely the app is definitely slightly different than the YouTube channel. And within the app, once again, you have less screening and less supervision needed. You can literally just plug and play, or allow your kid or kids to just select among the many choices, and just continue to select the choices that are available within the Zaki app. The number one, pretty much plug and play screen time option for our Muslim kids, or something that you never have to worry about, or screen, or supervise, or have create playlists. You could literally plug and play without even thinking about it, and you will have that free time available, and or not necessarily free time, but beneficial time for them. You want all of their time to be beneficial, is listening to the Quran. And that can be your favorite. It actually allows them to develop the time to find their favorite qari and their style of Quran recitation. Just having them, and that's unlimited. Obviously, I give the green light for that to be unlimited, whenever, on demand. That's for sure something that is screen time that will always get approved. Unlimited screen time that will always get approved. And obviously, on whichever device you choose to have that qiraat for your child or children is the best option. And that can be TV, or streamed on TV, or that can be on the phone, or the tablets, laptops, websites, whichever. So that's a form of screen time, although it isn't the physical Quran in your hand, but having that available for them and letting them listen to either the different, once again, qari, so they decide, or they find the one qari they love or they like, or have a, selection of those they like to listen to. And that one is by far, in my opinion, the best screen time option, and never any supervision required. Inshallah, you found all of these 5 options, selections helpful, and let me know how and if you implement any of those in your household. Inshallah, to the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.